day 256. And so after I did my live yesterday, and when I talked about control and what I posted in my stories, I went to bed and it was still the same thing. A few people responded to the first one and then nobody responding to the next. And then this morning I wake up and I'm like, oh, some people went and responded to the next one, which surprised me in a really good way, meaning that as a projector, the invitation has been officially open that this is something you would love to have a conversation about, and let's talk about it, because control is in so many aspects of our lives, and it is even you find it in money as well. So let's just have all these conversations. Let's talk about all of this. I'm now walking to go get some tacos because I want tacos. I'm just gonna wait and see. Okay. Wait and see. Crossing the highway because sometimes cars don't stop. So always gotta double check even if I put the pedestrian sign on. And yeah. So today I am gonna be responding to the stories later on today. And so you will see like my response to everything I have asked you and all the questions. Like I will either kind of respond with my thoughts, or I would like kind of just give you more prompts, more things to think about. But what I actually want to talk about in this live in terms of control is I was trying to think of examples. I was like, what examples happen on the day-to-day in life that we tend to control or we try to control, and then it doesn't go in the direction we thought it would. And there's just so many. But the one I want to focus on today is conversations. How many times when you are about to have a conversation with someone and it doesn't go the way you thought it would go? Especially one that you've prepared for. If one is like talking about setting your boundaries with someone, or approaching someone like a confrontation, approaching someone about an issue that you want to clarify or fix, or it's like standing up for yourself and, speaking your truth. These conversations that happen, it can happen in your relationships, with your partner. When you want to sit down your partner and you want to say, hey, like, I really want to talk about this. Or it could happen with your employer. If you feel like that you're, being mistreated, or that, there's too much work being given to you, or, you are asking for a raise. Any of those like conversations that as us humans we prepare for. We prepare ourselves for those conversations because we want to know how we're going to say it, what we're going to say, want to stick to the facts, or like stick to like how we feel or the emotions, like not go on rambles or whatever it is that you don't want to do in those conversations. And how many times out of those conversations did something happen, someone said something, or something actually happened in your environment that you completely didn't expect? It threw you off. You don't know how to react to it. You don't know what to say, what to do. And you're just like, it catches you by surprise and you're shocked. Shocked in a good way, shocked in a bad way. You're just shocked. How many times has that happened to you? And I can guarantee you that has happened at least once, maybe minimum 5 times in your life, because I can count so many times that that's happened. Especially when we prepare for the conversation. We prepare the conversation in mind. We're like, this is what we're going to say. And then we're like, okay, like, we kind of set up expectations, right? We set up expectations of how the other person's going to respond, or what way this conversation can go, or we set a list of the different ways it can go to prepare ourselves. We're like, okay, if it goes in this direction, this is how I would react. If it goes in that direction, this is what I would do. If it goes in that direction, and we prepare ourselves and over prepare ourselves. And then we get into those moments and it's like not what we were expecting. Conversation didn't go the way we wanted it to go, or went in a way better than we thought it would go. And that in itself is showing you the illusion of control. It's showing you that control is not real. That control doesn't exist. That control is just something that you do to make you feel safe, to make you feel better. But what if you didn't control that? What if you didn't fully plan it to to put up expectations on the other side, or what's going to happen to the other side? What if, and I'm not saying not to plan what you're going to say, but more the intention and the expectations going into that conversation of how it's going to go, what is going to be said. Like, what if you let that go? And by letting that go, you're allowing the conversation to flow in a different direction, because you're not holding on to these lists of expectations, this set way that it needs to go. You're going in a little bit more open-minded, a little bit more free, a little bit more at ease with yourself energetically. And then this is where you can allow surprise and the unexpected happen in the most beautiful ways. This is where you can tap into a different version of yourself that you didn't think was possible. This is where you can check in with you. So there's so many benefits into letting that go and to allowing life to happen as it's meant to, even if the outcome is not what you wanted, even if the outcome is shitty. Because in those outcomes, by going in with releasing what the outcome would be, even if it's a shitty outcome, you're still going to look at it and you're going to perceive it differently than what you would have perceived if you went in with holding on to the expectations of how the conversation's going to go. So, wanted to leave that with you. Let me know if this resonates. Let me know what your thoughts are about this live. If you have any questions, feel free to throw it in the comments. My DMs are open as well. And yeah, this is going to be a very powerful conversation, very deep conversation. I have a Scorpio. This is what it's all about. So I'll speak to you all tomorrow.